Welcome. These are my chapter notes, lecture notes on Chapter 1, Educational Technology in Context, the Big Picture. This chapter begins with a quote. It is clear that educational technology is essentially the product of a great historical stream consisting of trial and error, long practice and imitation, and sporadic manifestations of unusual individual creativity and persuasion. Phew! What does all that mean? Well, educational technology is not new at all. It is not just limited to the tools, the computer and the software, etc. They are just the latest developments in a field that some believe is as old as technology itself, or as old as education itself. For example, don't you just imagine that way back in the caveman days, they grabbed a piece of charcoal out of the fire and maybe a piece of birch bark or the inside of the cave? That was their educational technology. And that was evolved to the chalk and the eraser and film strip projectors and slide projectors and televisions and now computers and software and the internet. So this chapter is Educational Technology in Context, the Big Picture. Well, what is the big picture? Well, educational technology is not new at all, and we need to have a link between the early applications, where did this field start, and those of today, tomorrow, and the future. Um, this review that we're going to go through in this chapter serves an important purpose. It helps learners develop mental pictures of this field or cognitive frameworks, somewhere to hang your concepts. And in those cognitive frameworks, we have these 4 points. Key terminology, or knowing the vocabulary, and reflecting on the past, showing where this field began, helps us understand where it's headed and why. Considering the future, the current role of educational technology, and I'm reading now from page 6, first column. Considering the present, the current role of educational technology is shaped primarily by 2 kinds of factors: available technology resources and our perspectives on how to make use of them. Don't you think that a graphics art teacher in high school has a different perspective on educational technology from a 3rd grade teacher? And this next sentence is a key point. Available technologies dictate what is possible, while a combination of social, instructional, cultural, and legal issues influence the directions we choose to take. So where you are in your classroom really depends on what's available to you there, and then also a combination of these other issues or influences that we'll talk about later. The next part of the cognitive framework is looking ahead to the future. And this too, it's very important for teachers to be informed citizens, and they must be futurists. We are influenced by emerging trends. That's just our current conditions. And as teachers, we really do need to look forward to this.